Hi, everyone. Today we want to take you along for the ride on a 3-year-old filly that came out of our breeding program in a series of competitive events leading up to the big NRHA Futurity in Oklahoma City. This little mare came out of our breeding program. She is by Inferno 66 out of our money-earning Smart Spook mare, Ready Spook. So prior to this class, we had shown her maybe 3 times just to get her in the pen and cruise around. Nothing competitive like, just to get her in the pen, get her used to her surroundings, and see how she was with those unfamiliar settings. So this run is a developing futurity at our regional NRHA affiliate, the Eastern Pennsylvania Reining Horse Association in New Jersey. So as we get started through this run, I will be talking about things that I liked about it, things that I didn't like about it, and keep in mind that this is her first competitive event. So I will be thinking in the back of my mind what I need to fix for the next show and some of the work that we need to work on to get to be very competitive for that final event in November in Oklahoma City. So with that, we're going to take you through this first run. So I like how she's trotting in there. She doesn't look too looky, just kind of looking around, but nice and calm. Feels really with me. And I remember she did not feel nervous, which is what I liked. I think having her in some of those other non-competitive classes, just cruising her around really helped. So we're going through the middle, starting a set of left circles, 2 large fast, 1 small slow. I really like how she's getting out in front of me here. She's cruising along. She looks happy at her job, staying between the reins, and I don't feel like I have to push her that much, but she's getting out ahead of me, which is a good thing here, but not running off with me. That's the key. Those second set of large, fast circles look good. Again, staying between the reins, and right here she comes right through that middle, slows down a little bit for her small slow without a whole lot of pickup. Right there, she did kind of push through that right rein a little bit, so I know I need to sharpen that up. And notice I'm riding two-handed here too. You can do that in this developing futurity, but at Oklahoma, I have to be one-handed. Stopped in the center there. Now we're getting ready to do spins to the left. I'm going to take my time and get her nice and quiet here in the middle before we take that first step in our left turns. Good. She locks in pretty good for that turnarounds, working off that neck rein. Turned really well, but I just marked a half-point penalty for an underturn. That was no fault of hers. I just didn't have her stopping straight through that center. Here now on our large fast to the right. Again, she's running real good out in front of me, staying between the reins. I love her ears. They're up, they're back, they're up, they're back. She's listening to me. Good, guys. Okay there through the middle. Push a little bit on that left rein going through the middle, but not bad. Again, here she's happy, she's content, she's forward. Now I've got to get ready for my shut off for the small slow. Good. I picked up on her a little bit. She came back to me pretty nice. Steers well through that small slow. And again, I think she feels like she's with me. I'm going to stop here in the center, get ready for our spins to the right. Could have had her a little straighter to start, but I wasn't going to fix it there. There's no penalty here yet. She kind of moved there on her own, but that's okay. Just again, I'm going to settle her before I take that first step. Add that neck rein, a little bit inside rein, keep that nose pointed to the right. Again, she turned good. She locked into that turn, but again, I messed up there because I overturned her, so that's another half-point penalty. So right now we're sitting on 2 half-point penalties. It takes us down to a 69. But probably plus half that right set of circles, so we'll be back up at 69.5. Now we're doing a large, fast figure 8. So circle to the left. We got to change leads here. Boom. Really good lead change, left to right, right dead center. Again, she's running really well. She's happy. She's right between those reins, and she's guiding well for me. Again, we got to set her up here in the middle for that lead change. Leaned a little bit on that left rein. I had to clear that shoulder for the lead change, but she changed super good and straight in the middle. And she comes back to me here really well before those stops are going to start. I want a 90-degree turn here. I want a slow build through the gears. Push, push, push. A little bit of lift for that stop. Good. I was happy with that stop. I picked up on her. I mean, these 3-year-olds, you've got to, you got to help them out a little bit in the pen, but ideally, that might have been a plus half stop, but ideally when I get to the Futurity in Oklahoma, I don't want to have to pick my hand up for that stop. I want her to go right off my seat. And the word whoa. Again, her build here on this second set of stops is pretty good. She stopped good. Rollback was good. Now in both of those rollbacks, we came off on the wrong lead. That is not a penalty, but you have to change the lead before you get to the end around. And so we were able to do that on both of those stops really well. Good. Again, she's running down to that stop pretty good. Doesn't set up on me at all. She's running pretty good, so I'm happy with that. Her backup is nice, clean, no resistance there. Good. So I probably plus half 2 of those stops, plus half on that right set of circles. That's going to put us at around a 141.5.
Thank you. That was Trash by 6 and Suzanne Myers. Score is a 141.5.
Yeah, so with that score, we ended up 5th in both the level 4 and the level 2. Got a paycheck, adding a little over 600 to her lifetime earnings. So overall, I felt good about that run. I mean, I think for her first really competitive event, she was there for me. She didn't feel overly nervous. She wasn't looking. She guided for me, stayed between the reins, really, did everything I asked. What I'm looking for now for the next show, though, is, I want her to steer a little better through that left small slow. She was a little pushy in that right rein when I did my left small slow circles. So when I go one-handed, she's got to really guide a little better there on the left set of circles. And I guess the next best thing would be to have her stop with less pickup from my hand. So those are the things that in the next classes I'm going to be working on. And then also just making sure that this run doesn't get her hot for the next one. So those are things I'm keeping in mind when I'm going to be heading to the next show. And so I might put her in like, green horse class again and just go cruise around. No big deal. Keep her from getting anticipating the competition level of showing. So thanks for joining us on this one. We're going to talk about our next run, which will be at the same venue, only it won't be a developing futurity. It'll be a little bit of a step up from that into the open futurity.